Okay, now we're going to get a little bit more complicated, but not too terribly bad. First off, we're going to be factoring where we have a leading coefficient that's not 1. One of the things we can look for is a greatest common factor. So if I have the equation that's written 5x squared plus 15x plus 10, I know that I can divide all three of those by 5. So if I take a 5 out, I'm left with x squared plus 3x plus 2. And now I'm looking for what multiplies to 2, adds up to 3, and it's 1 and 2. So I'm going to leave my 5 there. X plus 1, x plus 2. So that's what you can do if there is a greatest common factor. That's one of the things to look for first. So you can try to get to where you have a leading coefficient that's 1. That's not always good. So now we're going to look at this next problem. We're going to have 4x squared plus 13x plus 3. We're going to do the same thing we did. We're going to multiply our first and last terms, and we're going to have them add up to 13. What we're going to do that's different is we're going to now split this. Our terms are going to be 12 and 1, but we're going to split that 13, so we're going to have 4x squared plus 12x plus 1x if you want to put the 1, or I just put x, and x plus 3. So we write our first and our last terms down, and we split the middle term. Now we're going to do what is called grouping. We're going to factor by grouping. So I'm going to split this in half, and I'm going to look for a common factor among the first two terms over here. I can see that both of them have an x, and I know that both of them can be divided by 4. So we're going to take out 4x, and that's going to leave x plus 3. I look at the term on the other side. They're already simplified, but I can take a 1 out. So I'm just going to put a plus 1 there, still leave us x plus 3. So now we have the same terms here as if when we distributed. We're going to go back and we're going to have 4x plus 1 be one factor, and x plus 3 be the other. Let's look at that with the problem B. 3x squared minus 7x plus 2. Alright, so we're going to do our little tricky here. We get 6 and we get negative 7. We know that because the 6 is positive, both our factors are going to be negative, so we're going to have negative 6 and negative 1. I can rewrite 3x squared minus 6x. Remember, I'm going to split that negative 7x minus x plus 2. Oh, excuse me. I got, yeah, plus 2 is right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to split those in half. I know I can take a 3x out. That's going to give me x minus 2. And now where I have a negative in front of the x, I'm going to take out a negative 1 on the other side. And that's going to give me an x minus 2 there. So now our equation, our factors are 3x minus 1 and x minus 2. Alright, just another example, looking at when c is negative, or when AC is negative. Here we go. I'm going to write the problem 2x squared minus 5x minus 7. I'm going to multiply. I get negative 14. I get negative 5. Now remember that when the last term is negative, we're going to be looking for a difference. So factors of 14 that have a difference of 5 are going to be 2 and 7. And the 7 is going to need to be negative. So now I can rewrite the equation 2x squared. Remember, we're going to split the negative 5 with these two numbers here, plus 2x minus 7x minus 7. Split it in the middle. Take out 2x. And I'm left with x plus 1. Again, if I have a negative here, I'm going to take out a negative, and I can take out a negative 7, minus 7. That leaves me x plus 1. So our factors are 2x minus 7 and x plus 1. Alright. Over here, one more problem. We have a negative a, so we're going to do the same thing. Negative 4x squared minus 8x plus 5. Alright, so we're going to do negative 20. Excuse me. And negative 8. And we're going to have factors that multiply. We're going to have 10 and 2. And the 10 is going to be negative. So I'm going to write my terms the same way. Negative 4x squared plus 2x minus 8x, or minus 10x, because I split those out, plus 5. And this first part, we're going to take out a negative 2x. And that's going to leave us 2x minus 1. On the other side, we're going to take out a negative 10, or negative 5, excuse me. 5 is the common factor. And that's going to leave us 2x minus 1. Our factors then are 2x minus 1 and negative 2x minus 5. Rather than make a super long video, I just worked out 1 through 3 on this slide. Number 1, we could factor out a common factor of 8 and then solve it using our simple step. Number 2, we multiplied, grouped, and then took out common factors to come out with the factoring. Same with number 3. I'm going to do problems 4 through 9 on the next 2 slides. Alright, here are numbers 3 through 5 worked out. Again, the grouping is pretty simple, and just looking for common factors. Always realize that you're always going to have the same thing after you take out factors. I'll go to the next slide and maybe.